If I get to know your name, babe, and if I could trace your private number, baby, all I know is that to me you look like you're lots of fun. Open up your loving arms, I want someone, son. I'll set my sights on you, babe, no one else will do. And I got to have my way now, baby. And all I know is that to me you look like you're having fun. Open up your loving arms, watch out, here I come. You spin me right around, baby, right around like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right around, baby, right around like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Oh, well, I've got to be your friend now, baby. And I like to move a little closer, yeah. Oh, all I know is that to me you look like you're lots of fun. Open up your loving arms, watch out, here I come. You spin me right around, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right around, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Love, I want your love. Whoa, all I know is that to me you look like you're lots of fun. Open up your loving arms, watch out, here I come. You spin me right around, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right around, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right around, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right around, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Love, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me round and round and round. Hey, folks. How we doing? Got started today with a little music from the 1980s. I've been having some nostalgia for my 80s music lately. I don't think I've ever tried that one before, but it was fun. The guys that did that song were total freaks. But good tune. Let's see who's here. Say hi to a few people. See what you guys are asking for. Moritz, our good friend in Graz, Austria. Could we play Vienna tonight? I imagine we probably can. Thanks for the request, Moritz. Good to see you. Jim Strickland, how you doing? Hi, Steve. Congrats on all the good things going on with you. Would you play Last Date by Floyd Kramer? Oldie but a goodie. Jim, I would do that for you. Unfortunately, I do not know that song, or I would do it for you in a heartbeat. I apologize for letting you down on that one. Can't even fake it. But I'll try to take a look at it sometime so that I can add it in to one of the shows sometime. You Unlimited says, hey, Steve and everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Truly grateful to have the opportunity to join in again today. Life is smiling on me, and I wish the same for all of you. Well, thank you. What a positive message. We appreciate that around here. Life is smiling on me for darn sure. Hi, Susie Wheeler. I really enjoy your playing. Well, thank you very much. I enjoy doing it. I'm glad that I have a place where I can. Please play Why Judy Why. Oh, that's an interesting request from the Cold Spring Harbor album. Whew, you know, I have not ever actually sat down and really worked out what the chord progression on that one is. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that today for you, David, but I'll put that in my Billy Joel Deep Cuts to Learn pile because I really like that song. Today I would botch it, something awful, but I promise, I will look at that one. Why Judy Why? Pretty song. Bill Hasty, Music Trivia Man, says, good afternoon, Steve. How's everything going? Last show at Nevada Square Garden. One more after this one, Bill. We'll be on next week from this room, and then I'll be on to different places after that. So getting close to it. Penultimate. Lucia, mi amiga en España. Buenas noches, señora. Actually, señorita. She says, good afternoon, people. Noah, another one of my young friends down in Florida. How we doing? Evening, Steve and fellow music fans. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate having you here, bud. Big Ships. Steve, how you doing today? Can you please play Sorry Seems to be the Hardest Word? Keep up the great work. Thank you. I'll try to remember that one for a little later when we do some Elton John. Matt Runtala says, great to be here after missed a few Sundays. Greetings from Finland. Maddie, thank you. It's great to have you with us. Very late night for you. Thanks for joining us. Bennett Resnick says, hello from Miami, Florida. Could you play Stop in Nevada? I think I probably can do that one today. I've played that one before, so I'm familiar enough with how it goes. I think I could probably do some kind of a credible version on that one. I'll try to remember to get that in for you. Thanks, Bennett. Gamer Famer says, hey, Steve, could you play Copacabana by Barry Manilow? Now, there's something I don't get asked for very often. Yeah, I'll try and do something with that in a little bit. Silviu. Hi, Steve. Greetings from Romania. Hope it was a nice Sunday. It was very nice. Thank you for your well wishes, Sylvia. And Lucia wants to hear Great Balls of Fire. She wants to hear some Jerry Lee Lewis. Yeah, we'll get that one in a little bit there, kiddo. Gunda. Good afternoon and evening from the north of Germany. Good to have you with us. My man Tyler Blevins is in the house. Steve Lungrin, I found an open mic night in my area that's actually open now. Awesome, my man. Good for you. He says, also, my dad's hiring me to perform at his Thanksgiving party. You're on your way, man. That's how it all starts. Stuff like that is how it all begins. It's how you learn how to do the job, and that's where people see you and start giving you other opportunities, and it starts to be a snowball going down a hill. I played a lot of that kind of stuff in the early days. Before I knew it, I was playing at events, people's parties and events all the time. So get ready. It's going to be a fun ride, my friend. Daisy Dogs is the best part of my Sunday. Well, it's the best part of my Sunday, too. We have that in common. Thank you. A Sentient Letter A. Hey, Steve, big fan of your work. I've learned a lot of songs from your videos. I was wondering if you ever will make a video tutorial of You Can Make Me Free. I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say for sure. The song tutorials are something I do kind of as a public service. My paid course is more of a teach people how to fish, my method, so that they can learn song, so they have the tools to learn songs. The song tutorials where I kind of walk people through note for note, I pretty much only do Billy Joel and a few Elton Johns. And it's mostly for promotion and just because I want to do something for the fan bases. But I like that song. So I can't say I wouldn't ever do it. I just couldn't promise you that I'm going to do it or when I'm going to do it right now. But thanks for the request. I'll keep it in mind. How to do it, dude. Hey, Steve, how about imitating Billy and Elton dueling over Bennie and the Jets like they did on the face-to-face tour? I usually do a little bit of a freelance improv thing when I do Bennie and the Jets. We might do that a little bit later. Alistair, thanks for the request, dude. Hey, Steve, how are you? Can you do Honesty for my friend Ella? Oh, love Honesty, one of my favorite songs. Okay. We've got a lot of stuff already happening here. Oh, we've got Ruth Hooker, the unicorn lady, is in the house. My favorite unicorn girl. Yes, I love that song, that goofy song, You Spin Me Round and Round. Probably time to play another song. So let's see here. I've got a number of requests. I think I'm going to start with the one that our friend Moritz asked me for, because one, it's the earliest request that came in. And two, he usually has to bail out because he's a good student and he wakes up in the morning to go to class, something I didn't always do when I was his age. So he doesn't stay with us usually through the whole broadcast, so I'm going to try and get this in for you while you're watching live. Moritz? This is Vienna by Billy Joel from 1977.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile, but then if you're so smart, tell me why are you still so afraid? Hey, where's the fire? What you hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. Hey, but you know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. Gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, or when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. wanna be before your time, although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself that you forgot what you need. Though you can see when you're wrong, well, you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child. Take the phone off the hook, disappear for a while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? You know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Right on. Thank you, Moritz. I'm going to do this one now just because I think it's the moment in time when my voice will best handle it. This came in also as a request. This is by Elton John from 1976 on an album called Blue Moves, which was an album of kind of sorrowful songs. It's the last record that he and Bernie Taupin did together before taking a little bit of a break, but of course they got back together and had another massively successful run. Let's see if you remember this one. What have I gotta do to make you love me? What have I gotta do to make you care? What do I do when lightning strikes me? And I awake to find that you're not there. What do I do to make you want me? What have I gotta do to be heard? What do I say when it's all over? Sorry seems to be the hardest word. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Oh, it seems to me sorry seems to be the hardest word. It's sad, so sad. It's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. It's sad, so sad. Why can't we talk it over? Oh, it seems to me sorry seems to be the hardest word. What do I do to make you love me? What am I gonna do to be heard? What do I do when lightning strikes me? What have I gotta do? What have I gotta do? Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Ooh, sorry seems to be the hardest word. All right, let's say hi to a few more people. Kirk Gibson, do I know any REM songs? I know like bits and pieces. Like, here's the thing. This is how I could do REM right now. I wouldn't be able to do any of the songs like right all the way through, but I could go. Stand in the place where you live. Forget about, I don't know what he says right here. I don't know. Stand in the place where you were. Na 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 na. Should have brought up the words, 'cause I don't know what he says in the verse. I don't know the words and I kinda know the chords. I'm making it sound really terrible, of course. Yeah, stand in the place where you live. And then I could go, that's me in the corner. Let me see. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. I don't know where I am, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much, haven't said enough. Thought that I heard you laughing, I thought that I heard you cry. I think I thought I saw you cry. So, like, I could do pieces like that. I don't formally know any, but I need to start putting some 90s music into my repertoire. I've been playing for crowds in the sort of 55 and up era, but it won't be very long before that's going to start matriculating into people who really like the 90s. So I imagine that we'll start putting some REM into it. I like that band. I'm not crazy about that sort of alternative music as a style on the whole, but I really did like REM. I thought they were a pretty darn good group. Thanks for the request. Sorry I could only do a bad version of it. Some Journey. Freebird says, how about some Journey? Well, how about some Journey? Let me see what I can do about that.
I haven't practiced any Journey, but as you just saw with the amazing rendition of REM, practicing a song has never been the criteria I use for whether I should perform it. Maybe I should use that criteria. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to do kind of an up-tempo one because I'm feeling like that today instead of one of their power ballads. So, here we stand, worlds apart. Let me see. Here we stand, worlds apart, hearts broken in two. Sleepless nights, losing ground, I'm reaching for you. Feeling that it's gone. Let me see, where in the hell does it go from there? Feeling that it's gone. There we go. Can't change your mind if we can't go on to survive the tide. Love divides. Someday love will find you, break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you how we touched and went our separate ways. If he ever hurts you, true love won't desert you. You know I still love you, though we touched and went our separate ways. Troubled times, caught between confusions and pain. Distant eyes, promises we made were in vain, If you must go, I wish you well. You'll never walk alone. Take care, my love. Miss your love. Someday love will find you, break those chains that bind you. One night will remind you how we touched and went our separate ways. If he ever hurt you, true love won't desert you. You know I still love you, though we touched and went our separate ways. I'm just going to end it there because I can't remember all the intricacies of where the song goes after that. Cool, Journey. Thanks for the request. Ken McCarty, do I do improv? Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure specifically what you're asking for there, but I certainly, almost everything I do in a way is improv. It's like I know what the chords are, but I don't play things exactly the same way every time. And then certainly I improv solos and licks and fills, and sometimes I even just do like an extended improv thing, just kind of feel it out day by day when I'm on stage, whether I'm going to do that. But yeah, absolutely. Robert Parker, could I play Captain Jack? If I do, I will do it later in the show because that one kind of rips my voice to shreds. But definitely a fun song to play, and I might do that for you a little bit later. Hey, John, thanks for joining us. Good to see you, too. Thanks for the plug there, Freebird. I'm proud of it. Hi, Nancy. Good evening to you in Nebraska. Lord Joyce says, can I play The Glory of Love by Mr. Peter Cetera? We'll probably do that. Okay, Lucio says, hello from Italy. And good to see you too. Grazie for tuning in. I love your country. I am in love with your country. Like I want to move to Trieste and just stay there the rest of my life. It was absolutely incredible. Donaldo, I don't speak enough Spanish to actually understand everything. I can say it, I think. Esta cool me aprendí una canción con tus tutoriales hace 5 años. I'm sure it's a nice comment. I'm sorry that I don't understand it, but thank you for tuning in. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. Hi, Steve, it's Daniel. Remember me? Your youngest student. Hey, Daniel. Good to have you with us. Thank you for tuning in, young man. Very good to have you with us. And yes, I do remember you. I remember making a special video for you because this was a Christmas gift. My course was a Christmas gift for you from your mom. About a year ago, almost. Rob Castelli says, hey, everyone here loves what you do. Now, I know it's not a Q&A, but can you talk a little about your camera setup, what it is and how it works? Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I have what you're seeing me through is actually a Sony Handycam that I got back in like 2011 or something like that, but it's high def. I'm not broadcasting this. I'm broadcasting this in 720. I could do it in 1080, but I'd have to pay more money to the platform to do it that way, but I probably will bump up at some point. But anyway, so it's just that, and I'm running an HDMI cable out of the camera and then into the back of my computer, which is just out of frame in front of me, which is what I'm reading lyrics and stuff off of. And then, so that's where the video's coming from. And back here I have an audio interface and then behind me, that's my mixing board, which is a digital hard drive recorder. I run all the sound out of that. And then I run stereo out from that into the audio interface. And then that audio interface goes into the back of my computer as well with a USB cable. And so that's where the audio comes from. This microphone is on a stand, which you can't see the big arm over here, but it stands up very high. It's got about a 25-pound base, so it won't tip over. And I've got the crossbar just out of frame, and then this comes down out of the sky, so it looks like I just sort of have a floating microphone, which is kind of fun. And that's how I've got it set up. And then I run it all through a platform called StreamYard, which allows me to go to both Facebook Live and YouTube at the same time. And I will be adding Twitch very soon. to the number of platforms that I'm sending out my live streams. So thanks for the question. Mike Tedesco says, can you play God Only Knows by the Beach Boys? Love that song. Okay. Well, we've got enough requests here to keep us busy for a spell. This one came in. I'm going to do it because I remember that someone asked for this a little earlier. It was for a friend named Ella.
If you search for tenderness, it isn't hard to find. You can have the love you need to live. If you look for truthfulness, you might just as well be blind. It always seems to be so hard to give. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard. Mostly what I need from you. I can always find someone to say they sympathize if I wear my heart out on my sleeve. I don't want some pretty face to tell me pretty lies. All I want is someone to believe. Honesty is such a lonely world. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard. Mostly what I need from you. I can find a lover, I can find a friend, I can have security until the bitter end. Anyone can comfort me with promises again. I know, I know. When I'm deep inside of me, don't be too concerned. I won't ask for nothing while I'm gone. When I want sincerity, tell me, where else can I turn? You're the one that I depend upon. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard. Mostly what I need from you.
Thanks for the request. Hi, Mom. Always good to see that you're there. I don't know about that, Dad. I can't remember any of the words that we made up for that. I can tell the story, though. Good to have you with us, Dad. Edwin Sosa. Hello from Puerto Rico. Can you try Honesty from Stiper? Honestly from Stiper. I do not know that one. I'm sorry. I would try it for you if I did, but I am unfamiliar with that song. Okay, let's see here. Lars, Victim of the Game. Oh gosh, is that the Garth Brooks track from No Fences? And it don't matter who you are, it treats everyone the same. No matter what you do. I can't remember how the rest of it goes, but is that what you're thinking of, Lars? I don't know it well enough to actually give it an honest reading, but that's a cool song. I remember liking it back in the days when I was listening to that album cover to cover, or from, front to back. Cover to cover is what you say about books. Hey, Bruce, how we doing? Thanks for tuning in. Steve, question. Ever going to do a part 2 of Burn Down the Mission? Yeah, I got to get back to that. There's a lot of inside baseball around that one, Bruce. But yes, I will eventually get to that. But I'm not going to make any promises about when, because I don't want to disappoint anybody. Well, I'm willing to disappoint you by being non-specific, but I don't want to give you a date specific and then not meet it and be unreliable. So, but yes, we will eventually. Okay, okie dokie. Here's one that I brought with me that I just kind of wanted to play today. This one's, I'm going to do this for my mother because my mom had such an amazing collection of, my dad had an amazing collection of 70s music and 60s music, but 60s and 70s music on vinyl. And then my mom had an incredible collection of 80s music on cassette. And I destroyed pretty much all of it. Wore the tape out, scratched the records up. So this is for Mama because she helped create the backdrop and environment for me to love the 80s. And this is one of her favorite songs from that era. Kyrie wind blows hard against this mountainside, across the sea into my soul. It reaches into where I cannot hide, set my feet upon the road.
My body burns a gem like fire. Somewhere between the soul and soft machine is where I find myself again. Kyrie lays on down the road that I must travel. Kyrie lays on through the darkness of the night. Kyrie lays on where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie lays on a highway in the light. When I was young, I thought that growing old of what my life would mean to me. Would I have followed down my chosen road, or only wish that I could be? Kyrie lays on down the road that I must travel. Kyrie lays on through the darkness of the night. Kyrie lays on where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie lays on the highway and the light. Whoa, 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 whoa. Kitty lays on down the road that I must travel. Kyrie lays on through the darkness of the night. Kyrie lays on where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie lays on the darkness of the night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kyrie lays on all the darkness I must travel. Kyrie lays on through the darkness of the night. Kyrie lays on where I'm going. Yeah. Kyrie lays on where I'm going, will you follow? Kyrie lays on a highway in the light. Excuse me. I got a little tickle in my throat. It's been something in the air that's just kind of been getting to me, and I've been clearing my throat a lot, and sometimes it gets to you in the middle of a high note and you go, "Bleh." So, not much you can do when you're live. Anyway, up until that point, I was enjoying it a lot. Okay, let's see here. Let's try this one, just in the name of getting some variety in the show. So this is on the record that I think deserves to be called the greatest album of all time. Even though it's not my favorite group of all time, although they are one of my favorite groups.
Okay, so a lot of times people will say Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles is the greatest ever or whatever. And I get it, and I certainly love that record. But to me, the most advanced piece of work anyone ever did in pop music in terms of like where everybody else was and where this was hands down, without even a, no one's even close. Not the Beatles. Nobody was even close, in my view, as far as like being completely separate and in a totally different place that was beyond what anybody had imagined in popular music, like Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys when they did the Pet Sounds record. And this is my favorite song off of it. It's a lot of people's favorite song. It's called God Only Knows, and it was a request.
I may not always love you, as long as there are stars above you. You never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. And if you should ever leave me, the light would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. Would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. And God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be without. What I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you.
Nice, Moritz. Mine too, for sure. You're welcome, Bruce. Okay. I'm going to go back up here, just remind myself some of the requests you guys have already asked for that I haven't done yet. Oh, right. here's a fun deep cut. So this is a Billy Joel record. This is off the Piano Man album, which came out in 1973. So not too long from now, we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Piano Man record. The Piano Man album, if you will. And this was sort of the album that was Billy's breakthrough, although it was not his huge breakthrough. It was just sort of like, got his first hit with Piano Man and just kind of made enough of a stir. And then he made a couple of albums that didn't really go anywhere in terms of commerciality, but he was getting better at the craft. And then finally in 1977, he had a big hit record. So let me see here. He always found it hard to take her. I'm just trying to see what key I need to be in. Wouldn't listen to advice. Do 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 do. Da na 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 na. Oh. Na, 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 na. I think this is the right key. We're gonna do it in this key. That's what I know for sure. Okay, so this is called "Stop in Nevada." Since I'm in Nevada. He always found it hard to take her. She wouldn't listen to advice. And though he never tried to make her, she often thought it would be nice. And oh, and now she's heading out to California. Been a long time coming, but she's feeling like a woman tonight. And she left a little letter, said she's gonna make a stop in Nevada. Goodbye, goodbye. She tried for years to be a good wife, but never quite got off the ground. And all those stories of the good life convinced her not to hang around. And oh, now she's heading out to California. And she doesn't know what's coming, but she knows not to leave him behind. And she left a little letter, says she's gonna make a stop in Nevada. Goodbye, goodbye. Though she finds it hard to leave him, she knows it would be worse to stay. He wouldn't understand the reasons that make a woman run away. No, and now she's heading out to California. With some money in her pocket, she's a rocket on the 4th of July. She left a little letter, says she's gonna make a stop in Nevada. Goodbye, good, oh, and now she's heading out to California. With some money in her pocket, she's a rocket on the 4th of July. Then she left a little letter, says she's gonna make a stop in Nevada. Goodbye, goodbye. Thanks for the request for that. That's kind of fun. Like 5 people have ever heard that song, but I got to play it. Woo! You never get a request for Stop in Nevada at the local bar, I can tell you that. That's what I love about live streaming. Hi, Gunda says, something from the Streets of Fire soundtrack. That I'm not familiar with, at least not at first glance. We can try the ABBA song for you, sure. I really enjoyed getting that one under my skin. I just got to find out remember what key I play it in here. Chiquitita, tell me what's wrong. Okay. I haven't done this one in a little while, so it's probably going to be a little rough, but I don't know. So a few months back, I believe it was Moritz in Austria that asked me if I could learn this song by ABBA, and it's always been probably like, one of my 2 favorite ABBA songs. It's so pretty. So took him up on it, and so now I've got the bones under, the bones of it under my fingers. It's not well rehearsed right now, but I really, really love this song. I loved it in the Mamma Mia show, the movie and the stage production, and I love ABBA's original version of it. It's just a great piece of work, so we'll see what I can do about it. Chiquitita, tell me what's wrong. You're enchained by your own sorrow. In your eyes, there is no hope for tomorrow. How I hate to see you like this. There is no way you can deny it. I can see that you're sad and oh so quiet. Chiquitita, tell me the truth. At my shoulder you can cry on. Your best friend, I'm the one you must rely on. You are always sure of yourself. Now I see you've broken a feather. I hope we can patch it up together. Chiquitita, you and I know how the heartaches come and they go, and the scars they're leaving. You'll be dancing once again, and the pain will end. You will have no time for grieving. Chiquitita, you and I cry, but the sun is still in the sky and shining above you. Let me hear you sing once more like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. We're gonna up the key just a little bit. I think I was a half step lower here than I had meant to be. No wonder, I was a whole step lower than I meant. Sorry about that. So the walls came tumbling down, and your love's a blown out candle. All is gone, and it seems too hard to handle. Chiquitita, tell me the truth. There is no way you can deny it. I see that you're oh so sad, so quiet. Chiquitita, you and I know how the heartaches come and they go, and the scars that leave it. You'll be dancing once again, and the pain will end. You will have no time to grieve it. Chiquitita, you and I cry, but the sun is still in the sky and shining above you. Let me hear you sing once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Try once more, like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Like you did before. Sing a new song, Chiquitita. Okay, here's one I don't want to forget to get. This was from our young friend in España, Lucia, my young amiga. Wanted to hear Great Balls of Fire. So here we go. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brains. Too much love drives a man insane. You brought me well, but one of them. So goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I learned to love all that Hollywood money. You came along and moved me, honey. You changed my mind, I'm doing fine. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kiss me, baby. Ooh, feels good. Hold me, baby. I wanna love you like a lover should. You're fine, so kind. Wanna tell this world that you're mine. Cause I break my nails and twiddle my thumbs. I get nervous, but a shovel is fun. Come on, baby, drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kiss me, baby. Ooh, feels good.
like a lover should. You're fine, so fine. Wanna tell this world that you're mine, mine, mine. 'Cause I bring money, twiddle my thumbs. Get on nervous, but show us fun. Come on, baby, drive me crazy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Great balls of fire. We're already past the halfway point. I need to just say, for those of you that are interested, I do have digital tip jars down in the description of both Facebook and YouTube. I have a PayPal link and a Venmo link. Really appreciate everybody who makes a contribution. I appreciate those who don't make contribution too. I don't judge anybody. It's not required, but those who can afford to throw a few shekels in and do it for me, it really helps keep all of this going. So thank you very, very much for your generosity. I hope that it's worth your while to be here. I sure enjoy doing it every week. Just looking to see what else you guys are looking for, what I've forgotten that you've already asked for, that I know how to play. Well, well, well. I do have one that I brought with me that I had wanted to play. Let's keep the energy up high, shall we? Let me see here. stone, you know. If the cause is right, I'd leave, find an answer on the road. Used to be a heart beating for somebody, but the times have changed. Let's just say the more my work gets done, 'cause I live and breathe this Philadelphia freedom. From the day that I was born, wear the flag. So Philadelphia freedom took me knee high to a man. Yeah, and a piece of mind my daddy never had. So Philadelphia freedom, shine on me. Oh, I love you, shine a light through the eyes of the one left behind. Shine the light, shine the light, shine the light, won't you shine the light? Philadelphia freedom, love you. Yes, I do. You can't live your life alone. People choose the city, some others choose a good old family home. I like living easy without family ties, till the whippoorwill of freedom sat me right between the eyes. 'Cause I live and breathe this Philadelphia freedom. The minute I was born, wear the flag. Philadelphia freedom took me knee high to a man. Yeah, a piece of mind my daddy never had. So Philadelphia freedom, shine on me. I love you, shine a light, the eyes of the one left behind. Shine the light, shine the light, shine the light, shine the lights. Philadelphia freedom, love you. Yes, I do. To Philadelphia freedom, shine on me. I love you, yeah, shine a light through the eyes of the one left behind. Shine the light, shine the light, shine the light, won't you shine the light? Philadelphia freedom, love you. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Yes, I do. Love you, love you, love you. Yes, I do. I love you, love you, love you. Yes, I do. I love you, love you, love you. Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. I usually like to try to include a little bit of the Beatles, excuse me, at every show. Certainly one of my most important influences. Now, my favorite Beatles record was the Abbey Road album. My second favorite album by the Beatles came out in 1966, and it was the last one they made whilst they were on tour, but they did not play any songs from this record while they were on tour because they'd gotten advanced enough they just really couldn't do it justice on the road. But the album was called Revolver, and I think it's got some really amazing songs on it, and this is definitely, in my view, one of the great songs ever written by any artist. This was Paul McCartney's doing, with a little assist from George Martin on an orchestral arrangement. Let's see if you know this one. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in a church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father Mackenzie, writing the words of a sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near. Look at him working, donning his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Ah, look at all the lonely people. Ah, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came. Father Mackenzie, wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from her grave. No one was saved. All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? All right. Douglas Fuqua says, stopping by briefly, can't stay long tonight, Steve. No problem, man. I appreciate that you dropped by at all. All right. So there was some interest earlier in me doing this song. My dad brought up an interesting memory, so I'm going to tell you a little story. My high school football coach was named Riley Harris, and he was kind of an institution at the place at that time. He had been teaching for like 30 years and been the football coach for a really long time, and he had a very interesting speaking voice, and I used to be able to do kind of an impression of him. He talked like this. And, all right, everyone, we're going to run the Bearcat Mile. And everyone knew what Mr. Harris sounded like. And so we had the homecoming talent show when I was a junior, and we were trying to think of something interesting to do because I'd done Piano Man already at one of the previous years. And my mom had this idea. She said, well, what if you did Bennie and the Jets and we rewrote the lyrics and turned it into Riley and the Cats, because we were the Bearcats. That was our school thing. I don't remember any of the words at this point other than Riley and the Cats. And then we got like a bunch of old pictures and new pictures of Mr. Harris, and put him and turn him into slides, and then we did a slide projection show of him throughout the years while I played this song, and it was pretty cool. It was really fun. So I don't remember. I'm not going to sing Riley and the Cats because I certainly don't remember how it goes. But Dad brought that up, and it's a nice memory that I haven't thought of in a long time. But there was some interest in hearing this earlier anyway, maybe having a little bit of a piano freestyle in the middle, so at the end there. So let's see how we can do with here.
Hey kids, shake it loose together. The spotlight's hitting something that's been known to change the weather. Kill the body cop tonight, so stick around. You're gonna hear electric music, solid wall the sound. So Candy and Ronnie, have you seen them yet? Whoa, is the soul spaced out? Bennie and the Jets. Whoa, is them winning the wonderful Bennie, she's a really key. Got electric boots, a mowing suits. I read it at a magazine. No more. A Bennie and the Jets. Yeah. Hey kids, plug into the band that's maybe the blind. Bennie makes some mazes. We shall survive, let us take ourselves along. You find our parents out in the street, you find her right in a row. A Candy and Ronnie, haven't seen them yet, but they're so spaced out. Bennie and the Jets. Oh, 'cause they're wearing the wonderful white bag. She's a really key. Got electric boots, mowing suits. I read it in a magazine. No more. A so Bennie and the Jets. Bennie, whoa, so Bennie and the Jets. Bennie and the Jets. Hey, NY guy. No, actually, this was Kearney, Nebraska. I guess we just share a mascot name. Wow. Just wanted to let you know, Steve, I submitted clips of me playing 2 Billy Joel songs to the college I'm at right now. The only way I learned those songs were from you, so thanks for college, Steve. Well, wow. I'm so glad I was able to help and could be a part of that journey. I hope you're having a wonderful experience there. Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. We need to do the Barry Manilow song I promised earlier. So let's see here. I don't have percussion tonight, so how am I going to do this? Her name was Lola, she was a showgirl, yellow feathers in her hair, and a dress cut down to there. She would merengue and do the cha-cha, while she tried to be a star. Tony always tended bar across the crowded floor, worked from 8 till 4. They were young, they had each other, who could ask for more? At the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of Vienna. At the Copacabana, music and passion were always the fashion. The Copa, they fell in love. Don't fall in love. His name was Rico, he wore a diamond. He was escorted to his chair. He saw Lola dancing there, and when she finished, he called her over. Rico went a bit too far. Tony sailed across the bar, and then the punches flew. Chairs were smashed in 2. There was blood, single gunshot, but there's 2 shot. Who at the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of Vienna. At the Copacabana, music and passion were always the fashion. At the Copa, they fell in love. Don't fall in love.
Uno, dos, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Her name was Lola, she was the showgirl, but that was 30 years ago, back when they used to have a show. It's a disco, but not for Lola, still in the dress she used to wear, faded feathers in her hair. She sits there so refined, dreams herself half blind, lost her youth, lost her Tony, now she's lost her mind. And the Copacabana, the hottest spot north of Vienna, at the Copacabana. Music and passion were always the fashion. The Copa, don't fall in love, don't fall in love. Copacabana, Copacabana, yeah. Hey, Bruce, yeah, I'll close the show with that one for you tonight. In fact, I think I will just wrap it up a little bit early. I'm going to play one more song. We're pretty darn close to the 2-hour mark, but I have an appointment at 5, and I would like to have a little bite to eat before that, so the extra 5 or 10 minutes will actually help me get everything wrapped up in time and get there in plenty of time. So, thank you very much. Let me pull up the lyrics to this one. I probably don't need them. What the hell am I talking about? I don't need the lyrics for this. There's hardly any lyrics to this. Anyway, this was this is on an album called Street Life Serenade. Pretty little song, came out in 1974. Billy Joel has often closed shows with this one as the final encore, particularly New Year's Eve shows. And Bruce wanted to hear it as a birthday request, so ask and you shall receive, my friend. Picture postcard, a folded stub, the program of the play. File away your photographs of your holiday. Your mementos will turn to dust. That's the price you pay. For every year is a souvenir that slowly fades away. Every year is a souvenir that slowly fades away. All right, guys. I'm going to call it good for tonight there. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We had a great crowd. A lot of great fun requests, a lot of fun people, great conversations going on in there. That's what I love to see. Remember, if you're a musician and you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. For everybody else, remember to give as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. We don't know when this ride comes to an end for any of us. Let's leave it all on the floor, shall we? And tune in next week for my very last appearance here in this room, the original Nevada Square Garden, where I have done every single note of every single YouTube video, everything that I've ever done up to this point has been in this room. So it'll be a special moment for me. We'll say goodbye to Nevada Square Garden next week. I hope you can join me. Thanks, guys. Talk to you then.